Hello, Chain Gang, and welcome back to the 4 Chains Travel. That's right, I said the 4 Chains Travel. We recently split our channel into different channels so that we could specialize in what people wanted to see. You're currently on the 4 Chains Travel, so I'm going to front load this request. If you like the videos that we're putting out, please like them, and also please subscribe to this, our new channel.
Yeah, we made the decision to go from over 10,000 subscribers to 0, but we think in the end it's going to be better for you guys because we have all of the videos on separate channels, so you only get the videos in your feed if you get that subscribe and alerts that you want. Now, what's today's video about?
Today's video is about the fact that Las Vegas has become very expensive, and it keeps getting more and more expensive.
Yeah. I mean, it used to be the least expensive city in the United States to eat at. That may seem crazy to you younger people, but the way they used to market this pre-Steve Wynn is that they would make these offers for steak dinners for $4.99 or 25-cent shrimp cocktails. 99-cent
pancakes?
Yes, absolutely. We would love that place. And they would make their money because that would lure you to the hotel and then you would lose money gambling. But that is completely reversed. There are a lot of much better fine dining options, but it's just so expensive. And then the resort fees, I know that's from your comments, that's the biggest bugaboo. It's made hotels outrageous, and all of the other stuff, there's a lot of great options, but they're almost all expensive. But we're doing today's video because we've been to Vegas a lot and there are still plenty of options to have great experiences free or discounted.
Yeah, like today's video is about the things, like you said, like the Bellagio fountains and the conservatory, which are great to see for free. You can also go to Fremont Street, which we do every time we go. There's all kinds of free concerts there, street performers, just the most amazing people watching you'll ever see anywhere. And those things are all free to do, and we recommend them and do them every time.
Yeah, this video is not about the best free things to do in Vegas. There's lots of videos out there about that. This is about things that are normally very expensive, but there are ways to get them severely discounted or in some cases free. We're going to take you through the whole process from leaving to coming back. The first thing was my plane ticket, and it was free. I used my miles to get the free plane ticket, but I want to tell you something about that. When I first tried to book my ticket, I didn't have enough miles. And then I waited until that magic domestic airline window, which is 44 to 21 days. Some people say 35 to 28 is best, and that may be true, but I looked right on day 44, and sure enough, the price had gone down and I was able to use my miles. I could have done the same with Angie's miles instead, but I just kind of zoned on that. By the time I looked, it was 2 weeks before the flight and there were not enough seats left. So now, I also want to say, I know we did split our channel. Some of you are here from our Mexico videos, some from our Italy videos. Mexico, even though it's international, you should use the same 44 to 21 day window. But for international flights like Europe and Asia, that window is 90 to 180 days. And actually, if you're booking a hotel, the window is even longer, much further out, but that's a different video. So we got our plane flight, we got our checked bags for free, but that wasn't quite as smooth, was it?
No, it was not, because we bought our tickets with American Airlines. We used our Barclay card, which is supposed to give us a free checked bag, and it seems like every time we use this card for this reason, and it's really the only reason we have the card, we always have a problem.
Yeah, the fee is $99, and unlike other credit cards like we're going to talk about, Marriott, Bonvoy, Boundless, the fee seems like a no-brainer for American Airlines, but it's not, because we saved $140 for our checked bags. But the thing is they make it very difficult to get those free checked bags. They use a lot of minutia, little technicalities to avoid it, and then you have to appeal, and we haven't even gotten both of our bag fees reimbursed yet.
We did get the flight out to Vegas refunded, but we're still waiting on the return.
Now, on an earlier World Series of Poker trip, I tried to use my companion certificate that Barclays card uses, and they told me there were no seats available on the plane. While I was still on on the phone with them, I looked it up to buy a seat, and there were 57 seats left. I asked to talk to a supervisor, and they said, "Sir, there's nothing we can do." And I said, "Okay, well, these are the seats that are available." And I just started slowly droning them until she gave me a supervisor. It's just, they've lost a class action lawsuit from which we got a check. They just make it really tough to do. But we did get to Vegas. We stayed at Aria, and Angie, you just got a complaint about Aria, right, on Facebook?
Yeah, I was saying how great my stay at the Aria was, and somebody chimed in and commented that they'd never pay $500 to stay at a hotel when you're in Vegas, you're not even in the room. Well, I just responded that I stayed for 2 nights for free.
Yeah, we use My Vegas. If you have a partner that doesn't want to play the My Vegas slots, just put it on their phone. She doesn't like playing it. You can auto play it in the morning when we have our coffee, and you can combine nights. Now, at certain times of year, each of you can get 2 nights. You could do a 4-night stay at Aria or Bellagio with your My Vegas points. During the high tourist season, you can only get 1 night each, but we did get 2 nights at Aria for free. Not only did we get the rooms for free, we double dipped with upgrades. How'd that work?
We did. If you have the Marriott Bonvoy Boundless card, you can get automatic upgrades at the hotel. And in this case, when we stayed at the Aria, we did get the upgrade to the Strip View, which was really, really great. The room itself was spectacular. The view was really great.
Yeah, so I always like double dipping, free rooms plus upgrading rooms. We didn't love every My Vegas benefit we got at Aria, did we?
No, I didn't love the $10 Posh Burger credit that I got, just because I felt like the burger was and if I hadn't had the $10 credit, it would have been almost $30 for just, did I even get fries? I think I just got a burger and a drink.
A burger and a drink, $27, but $17 because she got the credit. So yeah. But
there were other dining credits.
You can get the Tapas restaurant. You can get a free drink at Catch, which is the 2nd highest volume restaurant in Las Vegas. But what's the one you like the most from My Vegas while we were at Aria?
Before we went on the trip, I insisted that the one thing we do on this trip was go to Cirque du Soleil to see the Beatles Love Show. And the reason for that, I know there's so many things to choose from in Vegas, but this was kind of a no-brainer because the Mirage is being redone to become a Hard Rock, and the Beatles show is at the Mirage. So it's closing. Maybe it'll come back when the hotel is a Hard Rock. Maybe it won't. Maybe it'll go to another hotel. But I didn't want to risk never seeing it because I've been wanting to see it for a long, long time, and it was great. We got a BOGO. We used buy one, get one free. The Cirque du Soleil is a partner with My Vegas, which, by the way, My Vegas is not a sponsor. We're just telling you guys this because it's great. So also getting there, we took a free lift there and a free tram back. You know, transportation can be very expensive in Vegas. Some people rent cars, but now that almost every hotel charges for parking, renting a car becomes more expensive than you think. The best way is to use trams and Lyfts and Ubers. Angie's the one that secures the free Lyfts and Ubers. Can you tell us how we did that? Sure, but first I just want to mention that the trams that we used were the Aria Express, which goes to the Vidora, Park MGM, and the Bellagio. So we took advantage of that when we were at the Aria. And then the other free tram that we took advantage of was the Mandalay Bay tram that goes to Luxor and Excalibur, which is also right across the street from Park MGM. So you can really finagle it. So you could do almost the whole strip for free. Did you talk about the monorail? No, I mean, with that, on that side, most of it's for free. On the other side of the strip, there is the monorail, and people say, oh, but you have to pay for the monorail. Actually, My Vegas, for very few points, you can get an entire week free use of the Las Vegas monorail. But I am curious about the Lyfts and Ubers, because that was all you. I had nothing to do with that. So before the trip, I was just trying to think of all of the ways that we could get stuff for free and or reduced cost. One of the things I came up with for transportation, Jim initially wanted to rent a car, and I really was against that idea because we've done that before. What we found is, of course, you're paying for the rental car, but not only that, so many times if we wanted to go to a particular hotel, The parking is difficult. The parking could be expensive. There's very little free parking. And even if you do park and get in the garage, sometimes you're parking like a quarter mile away from the entrance of that hotel. So to me, and then also if you're having any cocktails, you're not going to get in the car and drive after that. So to me, I was really adamant that we not rent a car and instead we do Uber or Lyft.
Are you trying to hate on Justin Timberlake?
Oh God, no. The way that we got free Uber and Lyft rides in Vegas is I have probably 6 different passive income apps on my phone. All I do is I scan in receipts. Every time I get a receipt from the grocery store, a restaurant, whatever it is, I scan the receipt and I accrue points that I can then cash in for gift cards. I got 2 gift cards for Lyft by using the Drop app, and I'm going to link all of these apps in the description below. I got a $30 gift card for using the Receipt Jar app. We used...
That was for Uber, right?
Yeah, sorry, Uber. The other apps that I used are Receipt Hog, Fetch, Pogo, Coin Out, and Merrifield. I also use Microsoft Start, but I'm about to delete that, so I don't recommend that one. But these ones that I just mentioned, there are referral codes. So if you decide to use this strategy, use my referral code in the description because I will get bonus points, but you also will get bonus points if you use my referral code. So you'll start out with like a $5,000 head start.
Now, as we referenced, we did stay at the Paris. We did a whole video on the strengths and the weaknesses of Paris, but one of the weaknesses that everybody complains about is all the restaurants in Paris are very, very expensive. They have this like reality show theme, the Vanderpumps and Martha Stewart and Gordon Ramsay and all that kind of stuff. And some of them are good, some of them are not so good, but they're all overpriced. And the drinks are very, very overpriced, but also very weak. So what's the solution? Let's start with the drinks. How about that?
The solution to pretty much everything you just said is Walgreens. Or CVS. I think Walgreens is cheaper. What you need to do, for instance, not just the alcohol, but one bottled water in the minibar at the Aria was going to cost $24 for one bottle of water. You go in there and you get your case of bottled water. You get your handle of vodka for $9.99 for breakfast.
The
and lunch.
amount of alcohol in that $9.99 bottle, to drink that amount of alcohol in Aria or Paris would cost you at least $1,000.
We didn't even drink it all the week that we were there, so we gave the rest of it to the guy staying in the room next to us. And shout out to him. Thanks for subscribing.
The only reason we stayed at Paris is because that's where the World Series of Poker is. We did use our $46.70 in one key cash. Now, for those of you who don't know, Expedia, Hotels.com, and Vrbo are all under the same umbrella, same reward system, and this is a really good merger for the consumer because it combines the rewards. I always have cash in there to use. The biggest freebie that we got on this trip, and that is if you are a poker player. If you're not, you can fast forward to the next scene, but for $49.99, you get a free final stage ticket every month that you can use to try to qualify for the main event. I did that. I finished in the money one of those. They give you a $10,000 main event entry fee. They give you $2,000 in travel and hotel expenses. They give you platinum lounge access and a bunch of different other incentives. The first prize, stay tuned for this video, is between 12 and 13 million. But if you win on clubgg, they add another million. But here's the thing. They have signed me up as a sponsor. So we're going to give you a link. Instead of getting one free attempt at getting into the main event, you get 11 free with this link. So for $49.99, you can get 11 attempts at getting in the World Series of Poker. It's unbelievable. If you don't use it for the main event, you can use it for the World Series of Poker Europe, which is in Oktoberfest, or the World Series of Poker Bahamas in December at Atlantis. So let's talk about the restaurants. The restaurants are very expensive. What are the nearby alternatives to the restaurants at Paris?
You could hit up some fast food places for breakfast or lunch in particular. McDonald's, there's a Subway, there's...
These are all to the left of Paris.
Taco Bell Cantina.
Yeah.
The best deal that we found, though, that was not fast food in terms of a sit-down restaurant, was a place that I found on the Facebook group Las Vegas Life, which I highly recommend. Thanks for the ad, Brandon. That is where I found out about the restaurant Ocean One, which is in the Miracle Mile shop next to Planet Hollywood. They have $5.99 breakfast deals, $5.99 lunch deals. I believe they have a $9.99 dinner deal. Any part of the day or night, you can get 3 drinks for $12. The pina colada, I will tell you, hit just right when it was 112 degrees.
Actually,
and we had to get
that
off
was
the trip.
cheaper. The pina colada was $3. The
that's
premium
right.
drinks
That's
are
right.
3 for $12. Now, we just couldn't stand the customer service at Paris. Once again, you can check that video. So we went to Excalibur. Now, if you already play My Vegas, you know that Excalibur, you can get free rooms. We didn't do that because we are in the middle of the Marriott Bonvoy Boundless scam, offer. But if you're an experienced traveler, you already know about this, but we will put a link below that will actually increase the bonus. But the annual fee on this card is $95. The points guy values this $95 at $1,275. And like I said, our link will get you even more benefits. If you get the card, you automatically get elite status. So the elite status check-in line, the automatic upgrades. But if you spend $3,000 in the first 3 months, you get 150,000 bonus points. You get a free bonus night, and you get 1 elite stay if you spend $5,000. But the other thing is, we now already have over 200,000 points. You get 6 times points for the first $6,000 you spend every year. You get 7 times points for spending at the Bonvoy Hotel, which of course we did. And so our nights can pay for 5 free hotel nights. So you get the 1 free for signing up. You can maybe get the elite for spending $5,000, but then you get another 5 free nights, all for only $95. So that is really a no-brainer, and you can use it elsewhere, right?
Yeah.
Not just Excalibur. You can use it at Luxor, New York, or obviously Aria, as we talk about.
And we used it for the BOGO deal at Excalibur because our daughter and her boyfriend came out to be with us one night when we were in Vegas. This was his first trip there, which was really fun. But we used our BOGO at the buffet to treat them to that. And we saved $76.
$76 and 2 free hotels. Now, you may be asking, when I go back for the main event, am I going to use my elite bonus nights? No, that's not true, because we're going to use those in Cancun. Where do we like using our Bonvoy hotels at Cancun?
We will be going back to the Royalton Chic.
Yeah, that's just a great place to use your elite nights. If you want, if you're younger or whatever, you can use Planet Hollywood, but I like the partying at Royalton.
There's a variety of ages there. You don't have to be younger or older.
And you get butler service. So it's absolutely awesome.
Yeah.
We also, while we were at Excalibur, we used $100 in free play. We used that for a slot machine, which I think you have to, and we cashed out for $105 actual cash, so that was great.
Ching.
You can't use the $100 free play and the $50 free play, FYI. But if you have 2 different accounts, you could do 2 different $100 free plays. We did 2 different coupons for eating at the Tap Sports Bar, right?
We did. I was a little bit out-ordered there. Jim got something delicious.
Yeah, I got like pasta jambalaya.
The problem is the night before we were there, and I had seen somebody get the giant soft pretzel, and I couldn't. I'm a sucker for those things. I couldn't get it out of my mind, so
Yeah,
I
it was for dinner.
literally had
Soft
the
pretzel.
pretzel for dinner.
What I recommend is doing the $33 combo deal, and then you can get the jambalaya, but you can also get the stuff, the tater tots, and you know, it's a good deal. You get 3 items for that.
So
we checked in at Excalibur on the hottest, the earliest ever on the calendar. Vegas has been 110 degrees, but the Bonvoy Boundless card, that lets you check in on the elite check-in line, so there was no line, and they give you cold bottled water, and you got a snack or something.
yeah, I can't stop thinking about, unlike Paris, where they want you to pay
$50 to check in early.
And if you want to check in 10 minutes early, and I am not joking about this, if you want to check in at 2:50 p.m., they still charge you a lesser amount for that.
Yeah.
I think $25 or something. Customer service terrible. Don't recommend Paris.
And at a Bonvoy hotel, they automatically, if they have a room, give it to you, and it's for free. They upgrade you, and they do the early check-in.
Yeah.
So, okay. So listen, this video, we've been talking about free and discounted things. You can go 1 or 2 different ways. You can just focus on only that and just have an inexpensive vacation that would normally be very expensive. Or you can do what we did, which is use those discounts and feel good about treating ourselves to some nice things. Some of the things were definitely worth it. Some weren't. What would you say wasn't?
Wasn't?
Yeah, wasn't worth the treating ourselves.
That is definitely 100% the Proper Eats Food Hall most expensive offering. Jim insisted against my...
Just because I'm so baller.
Yeah, against my request on getting the sushi.
Yeah.
Most expensive thing there.
It was $125. You got sushi and 2 green teas. We'll show it to you here. You can just judge for yourself whether you think this is worth $125. But what treats did you like while we were there?
I will never go to Vegas without going to Fremont Street and without going to Giordano's Pizza at least once.
Now, Fremont Street has a lot of free stuff, but we did treat ourselves when we were there at Nacho Daddy's. Nacho Daddy's.
Lobster crab.
What's on yours?
Filet mignon. Right here.
Oh.
Fillet picnic.
Ooh, the
And
shrimp looking good.
surf and turf.
Filet mignon.
Okay, honestly, I have no idea what happened here. The camera still had battery, but apparently our microphones did not. Just assume we had a lot of incredibly awesome, insightful stuff to say. And please like and subscribe, because like I say, we went from 10,000 subscribers to 0 when we split our channel, and we need the money clearly to buy new microphones. And we will see you next time on The 4 Chains Travel.